Beats Planet.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? One of them quick ones, one of them impromptu ones. We got an hour in this early in the morning. I don't do this a lot, but when Brother Foots call you, you kind of just got to take that call and run with it. You know what I'm saying? Brother Foots, what's happening? What up, man? Say what's up to the people. We live. We good. We ready to
Yo, my guy. What's the deal?
Everything's everything.
Man, listen. Hey, Voch.
Mm-hmm.
It's been good to keep in contact with you throughout all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just happy, man, that we can get together and that we can rock, man. I'm excited. I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's go.
100%. Foots the King from Cowboy Nation TV. We're gonna get him to change that name one day. But progress.
Hey, soon, Voch. Soon.
Progress is a process. So Brother Foots hit me up very excited. When he's excited about Cowboy topics, we've got to reach out. We've got to exchange ideas and get it off our chest. We got like 5 or so topics we want to hit on over the next hour or so. And ain't no need to wasting time, man. Let's kind of run it for the cardio. The one thing I like about Foots is that I can really trust him on this whole draft thing, right? And on this draft information. Even when the draft is over, he continues to do research just like Voch does, you know? So he's been watching a whole bunch of Tyler Badass Biotis, you know, and I don't even know if I want to call him Badass no more because all the .com people call him that now. You know what I'm saying? All the .com folk calling him Badass right now, so I don't know how to feel. But Foots, you been watching film on Tyler Badass. What you been seeing from
him? So, Voch, I've been seeing a player who. And I've been seeing a player who, quite frankly, and let's talk about these battles as we transition.
Mm-hmm.
I think that when we look at the end of training camp, at the end of whatever, happens, I think what we'll do is we'll say, this guy is your starting center. I believe that much. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
What they asked him to do in Wisconsin,
right?
I believe that it was one of those things, Voch, that's like he's already pro ready. Mm-hmm. The pass set stuff could be a little better, but I just see a player that's strong and the pull, like when he pulls and he stays square, he's digging you out the hole.
Sure.
He's digging linebackers. I even like him at the point of contact in the run stuff against zeros and ones. In that Ohio State game is the second one. Taylor went crazy, and it had a lot to do because of him. Mm-hmm. You can't run the ball without a good center, not against good D-lines. So anyway, I like Biotis a lot, man. What about you?
Thing about Tyler, though, and I've been saying this on my channel for a little bit, is most of the time teams, they hide their center, or they'll take somebody that's weaker and just put them at center, and they end up not being powerful in the middle because you could just combo, you can just double team. They hide their guys. The one thing I like about Tyler is that you ain't got to hide him because he's powerful. Now, he's powerful in college, so he probably won't be like league powerful till his second year. But I do think he comes in more powerful than Joe Looney right now. That's my thing. Joe Looney was a cool little backup for us. And he played a bunch of games, and he was solid, and he didn't get us killed, and he's hilarious, and he wear the little bitty Zeke shirts, and, the kids love him and all that good stuff, right? But when we played 2 D tackles that were good, when we played a team that had 2 good D tackles, and you couldn't just double team and hide no more, and that was the Colts game in 20 whatever year that was, and the daggone Rams game and all. I lost a lot of respect for Joe Looney when I saw Ndamukong Suh pick him up and drop him on top of Zeke. It made me sick. I hated to see it. That's not gonna happen to Tyler Biotis because he's more naturally powerful. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel better. Like and listen, since the genesis of the funk, Cowboys draft offensive linemen and just throw them in the fire. That's always been Cowboy way anyway. You know what I'm saying? So if we end up starting Badass, I mean, I'm with it. I'm with it anyway.
Yeah, listen. I think that Looney is a great swing tackle from guard, center, guard. Either that he's a starter, but I think he can get by if you have a good offensive lineman. A good offensive line. People have got to realize that, like, a lot of these lines are good. You need a good unit to be a good offensive line. So you need to have good players across the board. And what we were talking about pre-show was like, the truth of the matter is vibes.
Hey, yo, Foots, you breaking up. You like, hey, Foots. Yeah, hello. Yeah, hey, Foots, tap out and tap back in and come back because you're breaking up.
You're either really good, really stop teaching the Austin where he's getting that gives me, yo, you got me? All right.
Okay, Foots and tapped out. He's gonna come back in. I don't know what he was saying, but I'm sure he was saying something along the lines of Tyler B. Haddish got good feet. I don't know what he said, but let's like play a game of like what did Foots say? Like let's try to predict what Foots was saying. He was probably saying something about Tyler feet. He was probably saying something about climbing the second level and pulling. He was kind of saying something about being powerful. I know people in the chat box want me to get over Joe Looney getting smoked by Ndamukong Suh. I think I might do a film session on all the times Joe Looney got smoked and Cowboy Nation didn't say nothing. Like I really might I really might do that film session on all the time Joe Looney got dragged, but nobody said nothing because Travis wasn't there, or nobody said nothing because Joe's the backup, it's cool. I think sometimes you just get complacent with the positive result, and we ended up going to the playoffs that year with him, so it was just a positive result. So at the end of the day, we ain't say nothing. Dog. Trust me, as offensive line guy, Joe Looney is a cool little body. I think he's one of the better backup type situations, dog. But I'm not leaning on Joe.
I'm back, my good man.
There you go.
I'm back.
There you go, Foots. Now,
is that cleaner?
That's better, brother. Say what you were saying.
No, listen. With him, and I'm sure you've heard the breaking news, Voch, about the Cowboys players that's tested for COVID. We can look at that as well. I just saw it. People texting me about it. I'm not really worried about it, but we could talk about it. But offensive line, like I said, for me, it's one of those things where Biadasz comes in and he already has been coached up, and his jump won't be so like foreign, if that makes sense. And then listen, I know you love McGovern, right?
Sure.
I just haven't seen McGovern play. Like, I feel like him and Biadasz right now are on the same playing field. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, we ain't seen McGovern. We ain't seen Tyler neither, But my only thing about Connor McGovern is that I believe in the offseason program. It's just some weird Foots at every level of the game, whether it be youth ball, middle school, high school, college pros, something about the offseason. People come back stronger. They come back 2 inches taller. They come back with a better understanding of the game. And I just hold offseason in such high praises, man. You know what I mean? So my thing about Connor McGovern, we never seen him play, but we ain't seen none of these rookies. I ain't never seen CD Lamb play, but I'm super excited to see his ass play. My only thing about Connor McGovern is that I know all he been doing since he got to the league is just lifting weights. Lifting weights. He ain't been playing, but he knows how to play football already. Like, he's been an offensive lineman his whole life. It ain't about guys playing that's the problem. The problem is that they come in 20 years old in college body, and they play against these grown men in grown man body. You know what I'm saying? I got faith in Connor McGovern because I seen the film. I seen the film on Connor McGovern, and he's another big Marley move people guy. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And plus, it's 14 games of him playing center. So my whole thing is, if I take that college film, Voch is in his man body yet. He been doing nothing but lifting weights because his titty was hurting last year and he couldn't play. He been doing nothing but lifting weights. Right. So if we had to play somebody, that's the good thing about the Cowboys, though. We just kind of add pieces and we'll just cross the road later. Badass ain't got to play this year. McGovern can play center this year and you'll be just fine. If not, then McGovern will compete with Williams for left guard and Badass can play center. You know what I'm saying? We got options.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's one of those things where I think if for what Dallas wants to do, my ideal situation would be Biadasz at center, McGovern at guard. Looney backs up both. And I think that him being a pro that he is, I don't think that would be an issue. And I think you want that to happen. Am I wrong, Box? Like that's what you're looking for.
Man, Foots, we've got to stop this Connor Williams hate. we gotta stop this Connor Williams.
Hold on. Let's jump there.
Okay.
He's not strong, Voch. He's not strong. Am I wrong?
That's what he lift weights for, Foots. What do you say? He smoked Aaron Donald 2 years in a row. Now what? They don't want to say that though. They don't. You
know why?
They don't want to talk about them facts. Go ahead.
He did, bro. Because Connor Williams' feet are great, bro.
They want to talk about them facts.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Sure.
I think he's a tackle.
I agree.
He's a tackle.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I don't. So here's the thing with Connor Williams. Okay. I don't hate Connor Williams. I just don't think he struggles with power.
Sure.
But you know what? He's gonna be a third-year player this year, and you're right. Foots, you can't expect. The problem with me is, Voch, we draft so well that you expect these guys to come in and be league ready.
Right.
And I think that patience has gone out the window for everybody, not just for a lot of people, because you have players. You got a Leighton Vander Esch come right in out the gate. You got a Zeke, you got a Dak, you got Anthony Brown, you got all these players who you draft. They come in, they're dominant early, and we got to remember, like, a draft can't really be judged. We do recaps because that's what we do, and we're excited.
Sure.
But a draft can't be judged for what, 3-4 years?
3 years. 3 years, brother. That's my number. This how I think about it, Foots. You remember Doug Free and how people hated Doug Free just because he wasn't tiring and he wasn't Travis and he, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't Zach, he was just Doug Free. But then Doug Free left and now we like, damn, dog, I miss Doug Free. You see what I mean? I'm not saying Connor Williams is Doug Free, but you could be a lot worse at guard. You could have Byron Bell at guard. You could have Chaz Green at guard. You know what I'm saying? And people are talking about Connor Williams in the same damn vocal tone as they would talk about a damn Jonathan Cooper. You know what I'm saying? Leave Connor Williams out of this.
We can't do that to him.
People spoiled, dog. And Connor, and this is my whole thing. Connor Williams he's not amazing. I'm never calling him amazing. He's just not the trash that people think he is. That's my whole thing. But in a battle between Connor Williams and Connor McGovern, I think it'll be interesting, but I think it's more so about what you're looking for. If you want to keep the whole outside zone movement thing, then Connor Williams is probably going to be better than McGovern day one. Sorry. But if you want to move people down, downfield, then Connor McGovern is going to move somebody better than Connor Williams will. At the end of the day, I think Tyron Smith got like 2 more good seasons in him. He's 29 years old, which is strange, by the way. I feel like he's been playing football forever. He's 29 years old. I don't think you just cut Connor Williams. You hold on to him. Because if one day Tyron Smith wake up and say, man, I'm sick of this. I'm tired. Just like Travis Frederick said, I'm tired, then Connor Williams going to be your left tackle, McGovern going to be your left guard, and Tyler Badass going to be your center for the future.
Yeah. And I listen, that Tyron Smith day is coming, and I hate it, Voch.
Sure.
I hate that is, even though, like you say, I love when you do this, yo. He lay down and go, ouch, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's coming, bro. It's coming, and I thought I wouldn't have been mad at Dallas going tackle this year. The fact is, it's going to be a good damn battle. Because I'll tell you this, Biadasz can play. Mm-hmm. He's had some warts, but especially down the stretch last year, he looked really good to me. And what Wisconsin asked him to do. It's all about what is Philbin going to ask these guys to do, Bosh? To you. You know what I mean? Is Philbin going to – I like when Dallas plays forward. I don't want us slanting a lot as an offensive line team, as a team. Sure. I don't want us trying to zone stuff. Because I don't think that it's a couple circles in the NFL that can coach that stuff. You know, the Shanahans, a few others. That stuff, McVay, they really know how to coach that zone stuff, and they had a person. It's about the staff that can coach that type of stuff, right, Bob?
Yeah.
But to me, I like when we're coming at you, when we're down here, when we're power.
Well, I tell you what, man. When you have a new coach,
I like
man,
zone, I like ISO,
go ahead.
but I want to make sure. No. Go ahead. Box.
You know, when you have a new coach, man, two things gonna happen, man, or one of two things got to happen. You either gonna ask questions and take suggestions, or you gonna come in and you gonna try to change things up a little bit. You know, I think Philbin kind of got the easiest job out of all the new coaches because you don't need to teach Tyron Smith very much. You ain't got to teach Lael and Zach Martin very much. If anything, he can take the Connor brothers. He can take the backup children, the practice squad guys, badass and all them, and kind of teach them. I don't want him messing with Tyron too much. Tyron's been great for years. We don't need you to mess with him too much. Tyron, Zach, and hell, man, Lael been picking his game up. I don't want him to have a new coach because every time Lael got a new coach, he take a few steps back or whatever. But man, if Philbin just keep it simple, keep it player, and just not do too much, then cool, man. But just teach your young boys. But besides that, just deal with the Cadillac of talent that you have, Joe Philbin, and just don't do too much like old boy
That's fair.
Paul Alexander.
Yeah, you know what's so crazy is I've actually sat in clinics with Paul Alexander, coaching clinics, and I see why Dallas didn't play well under him. Because I think he's a coach that's too smart for his own good. And he was asking them to do things that, like you're saying, it just didn't make sense, Voch. Sure. So yeah, that's a good point. That's a great point.
Anyway, though, let's move on. We got a couple more topics here, man. Let's talk about the cornerbacks for a second. You think Trevon Diggs gonna come in and take somebody's spot and whoop some ass? What you think he's gonna do?
Again, this is me maybe being too bullish, but I do. So I think he'll struggle more than Biadasz. If, like, let's say both were to start, I think that he would struggle more than Biadasz. But here's the difference. I think the payoff will be higher with the Diggs.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Sure, 100%.
And I'm going to tell you why. Yeah. I think he's just more natural on the outside than Anthony Brown.
Yeah.
And you can't coach the length and the speed. So while the technique may get him in trouble, it really may get him in trouble from time to time. I think what you'll see is a player that can always be in the play because of how long his arms are. Like, his arms are freakishly long, and he can run, and he's went up against Henry Ruggs and, Jerry Jeudy and Devonta Smith for the last 3 years.
Sure.
So what do you think, Voch? Am I off there?
No. This the one thing about Diggs, though, and don't get me mistaken when I say this. Cheeto is a fantastic athlete. Anthony Brown, regardless of what people say about him as a football player, he's a fantastic athlete. Diggs is one of the better athletes walking in the door at cornerback, walking in the door in terms of his like size, length, and I can boogie. Diggs like what, 6'2" or something like that. So he's tall.
Diggs is 6'1", 6'2".
Right. So he's tall, long, and he can boogie. And, you know what I'm saying? And this the one thing about Diggs that I think is gonna like really put him over the edge, Foots. And just everybody listening, man, I encourage everybody to do your own research. Don't just listen to me. When you watch film on Diggs is a former wide receiver. So once he figure out the route you're gonna run, he gets his head around and turns into a wide receiver. I show you examples of this on my Diggs film session. Y'all can go watch it. I think that's the one trait.
That was great, Voch.
I think that's the one trait that's going to really put him over the edge, though, because he's bigger than Brown. He's more athletic than Lewis, and he's more of a natural ball finder than Cheeto. He's not as technically savvy as those guys. And to be fair, he may not be more technically savvy than them this year. He's gonna be this wild, untamable Mustang this year. You know what I'm saying? But I think in the future, you was saying payoff. I think in the future, I think he can be one of the better cornerbacks on this team. How about this, Foots? Can I just offer you a scenario? I don't want him starting this year, because I think it's going to be hard for him to start. And, those other guys kind of got their foot in the door already. But you remember Byron Jones' first year? All he did was kind of chase tight ends around. You know what I'm saying? All he did was just kind of be a big, fast tight end buster. I think that'll be a great thing for Diggs to do year one because he's long. He's big, tall, he's long, he can run. You know what I'm saying? So don't put him against a nuanced route runner like Odell Beckham year one. I mean, because we playing the Browns this year. So don't put him up against Odell Beckham year one. You know what I'm saying? Let him chase around Austin Hooper or something and shut that position down. I think that'll be a good thing for Diggs year one. What you think about that?
So, a couple things. Mm-hmm. What you're talking about is you don't want him to turn to DeAndre Baker, where it was so bad last year with the Giants that he may lose confidence. So I'm not mad at that. Mm-hmm. I'm not mad at that. And the NFL game is, as much as, I try to make those points about him playing against Jerry Jeudy and, those guys at practice, it's a different speed in the NFL and the way that offenses want to attack you. So I get that part of it. Mm-hmm. You know what? I'm not mad at that. Will this staff, Voch, be creative enough to get him on the field? Because I do think that he needs to play. I don't want him marinating if that's the case. Sure. So will Nolan say, okay, we got a void here. We can use him here. Because listen, what you're talking about getting his head around, every 9 route that I saw him defend, you're right. He knows how to turn into a receiver, bro.
Sure.
And we don't have that. And I know there's people out there who want to argue turnovers don't matter, bull crap. Mm-hmm. I don't believe that.
Sure.
Turnovers, big momentum swings, taking the ball away, it matters, bro.
Sure, 100%, man. So and then also too, to be fair, I think in terms of the ball of clay that they started as, I think Diggs starts way higher than these guys. You know what I mean? Like Cheeto coming out of college, Jordan coming out of college, Diggs coming out of college. I think he's better than all those guys coming out of college. I think the advantage is that Cheeto and Jordan been here for like 3 years so far. You know what I'm saying? So it may not happen immediately. It may not happen week 1, but at some point I think Diggs is going to end up competing for that nickel spot. And before the end of the year, if anybody gets hurt, I think Diggs may end up on the outside. But I would like to use him as a tight end buster type deal. That's just, that's just my mind. That's my evil mind. You want to talk about creativity to get him on the field? Do that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jordan Lewis, once a year versus Saints, you just chase around Alvin. Cool. Well, twice a year, chase around Ertz, chase around Austin Hooper, chase around whoever the hell else we playing this year that got tight. George Kittle.
Yeah, they got those tight ends. Yeah.
George Kittle. It'll be a good time versus San Francisco. George Kittle and Mark Andrews versus the 49ers or whatever. Put a cornerback on them. You want to talk about creativity? Put Diggs on them.
Yeah. So the here's the deal. Mm-hmm. The creativity part. We got to get these players in, man, so we can start thinking like that outside the box. These coaches can get an eye on these guys. And like you said, because one thing about Nolan, he will do it. I think that he will scheme up some things if, he trusts you. I think it's going to come down to trust. So listen, what battle I'm looking towards too, Voch? And this is an underrated one is, when Diggs gets his number called against a CeeDee Lamb. And they're doing one-on-ones.
Well, first of all, for CeeDee Lamb gonna smoke Diggs every time he line up against him. Every time he line up against Diggs, CeeDee Lamb is gonna smoke him. However, I feel what you're saying. But day one, I would like to see Diggs versus like Devin Smith or something. That may be a fairer fight for him. But CeeDee Lamb, come on, what are you doing? What are you saying?
That's easy. That's easy work for my man CeeDee.
I would like to see that fight though.
You really called CeeDee, man. Still to this day, like you called it. You must have called him and said, "Bro, you getting drafted to Dallas." Like you knew.
Man, it's crazy, man. For the past few weeks, bro, I've just been watching all the reaction videos again, everybody's draft coverage or whatever. Just that was such a moment in Cowboy fan history. You know what I'm saying? That was a moment, bro.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Cowboys fans have felt that excited since we got Ezekiel Elliott, which we kind of knew he was. Like, I remember that draft. It was like, okay, maybe they might fart around with Jalen Ramsey, but it was like, no, just draft the running back who took down Alabama. Like, just draft the best player. And that's what we did, and it turned out great. Let me ask you this, Voch. Not to hijack you because you got a great lineup.
Are you good?
Do you want to touch on COVID or do you want to just leave it alone?
We can touch on it for like a handful of seconds because I don't think it's that severe. You know what I mean?
I agree. I was just about to say that, bro.
You know, man, with the new findings of COVID or whatever, COVID takes out people with like low vitamin D, people that are unhealthy, people with underlying health issues. So these super athletes, I don't think COVID stand a chance with these super athletes. So
I think to be honest, guys, I think that they'll sit them home for 14 days, retest them,
right,
and they'll be back in the building. I
right.
mean, it's literally that simple.
Right.
And it could just be a trace. It could be not even a trace. It could just be a strand of it. There's been, like you said, Voch, there's so much information out there.
Sure.
That, there's been athletes who've had it and didn't even know they were quote unquote asymptomatic. And so Don't panic, guys. The season will be fine. Don't panic.
Right. Von Miller had the asthma and he's okay. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
So
I agree.
So right, man, it's just a health thing, man. That's why I'm running every day and I'm gonna get up on my vitamins and my vitamin D so I can have that strong immune system.
Team run. Let's go, Voch.
You know what I'm saying?
Run. Me and you. Let's get these miles long.
Hey, man, look. Peep this out for us before we move on. You know that we having like a charity YouTuber football game if they let us like do camp or whatever. Like if they let the media fan people do camp or whatnot. You should come to Dallas for a couple days and be on my team so we can smoke Big Game James.
When are they doing it? I would love to.
It's like it's gonna be around camp time. So like the end of July, early August or so.
Man, tap me in. Let me know the date, and I'll try to sneak down. Seriously, I will.
We'll see.
That would be huge.
We'll see. Anyway, speaking.
I'll talk to James. James is a buddy of mine. I'll talk to him.
James, good people. Speaking of Voch snagging all over Big Game James. So Michael Gallup, so Cowboy fans got Gallup all the way messed up. They either want his second wide receiver spot to be taken, they want him to be traded for Jamal Adams with a first round pick attached to it. And I actually did a Michael Gallup film session. I dropped it this week because I think people really getting ungrateful again, and they forgot how fantastic Michael Gallup was. Michael Gallup is a 1,000-yard, 6 touchdown receiver, and he only played like 14 games. Like he was out for 2 games. You know what I'm saying? Foots, can you just talk about how fantastic Michael Gallup is and, how a big portion of Cowboy Nation got him all the way messed up?
Yeah, a big portion of Cowboy Nation got him super bent, and you're tripping. And Michael Gallup is the second coming of T.O., and that's all I got to say about that. Dog, Michael Gallup is a freaking monster, bro. Like, really go watch the plays he made last year for a second-year receiver. I've always said quarterback, DB, and receiver are the hardest positions to transition to in the NFL.
Sure.
It's because of the verbiage, because of the offenses, and because of how good and savvy these DBs are. And the fact that Michael Gallup made those contested plays, he showed speed, he showed all of the things that you need him to show. I completely would want to fight anybody who would. I love Jamal Adams. I'm not trading Michael Gallup. I'm not trading Michael Gallup for Jamal Adams. Straight up. The upside is too real. You don't know how much longer. Like, I know Amari Cooper got paid, but Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb are your future. Just being real with you. Like, they can get out of that deal with Amari Cooper in 3 years, Voch? 2, or don't quote me.
3 years. Yeah, 3
years.
Yeah.
I still want Michael Gallup on his team in 3 years. Just being honest. So, yeah, don't play games with that. To me,
this was so weird though, Foots, and it's so hard to have this conversation, bro, because I always talk about the Cowboys building a roster to have like a dynasty or whatever. You know what I mean? Coop 25 years old, man. Gallup 24, Lamb 21 or 20 going on 21, something like that. I don't know. Bro, that wide receiver core is so young, and I think it's incredibly hard to find receivers, man. Everybody talking about, well, Voch, just go find a new receiver to replace Michael Gallup. We need Adams. It's easier to find a safety, a box safety, and people think it's disrespectful to say that, but it's not. It's easier to find a box safety than it is to find a productive receiver. And Michael Gallup is a cheap 1,000-yard, 6-touchdown receiver and he missed 2 games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think, and to be fair, Foots, he might be one of the best receivers. He might be the second best receiver in his class. It's like him, Cortland Sutton, my man's in Carolina. What's my man's in Carolina? Moore, DJ Moore, DJ Moore.
DJ Moore. I love him coming out of Maryland.
Calvin Ridley, like Gallup in that conversation with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to let go of a 1B receiver talent like that. That's cheap and 24 years old. It don't make sense to let that go. You know what I'm saying? You can find a box safety. It's easy to find a box safety. It's so easy to find them that we keep passing on them in the second and third rounds. It's that easy. You know what I'm saying? You can't let go of Michael Gallup, man, especially when the last team that won a Super Bowl did it with mismatches. They did it with offense and finding mismatches. That's what I like about this wide receiving core the most. Like, once we get people out of zone, and Dak is really good at getting people out of zone, and you force people to play man coverage, we can play mismatches. You finally got a tight end that's not going to catch the ball and fall down. Cooper's on the outside. Your third receiver's ridiculous. Michael Gallup is going to beat up on them civilians on the outside, bro. Stop trying to get rid of your resources, because I tell you what, if you trade Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper get hurt, you in some deep doo-doo. You in some deep doo-doo then.
Yeah, I think that there you go right there. Injuries are going to happen.
Sure.
All right, and then even in my video, I was talking about the third receiver position. It's like you need it. Be thankful that you have a good problem. But the fact that, because CeeDee Lamb gets drafted, people are like, oh, we could just throw away Michael Gallup. No, you can't. And I even take it a step farther. I think this year, I would really like to see Dallas let the ball go to where coverage dictates instead of force feeding a player, because I don't think that you have to. Now, if you want to go in games and say, look, we like this matchup with Coop, but I think that you'll like a lot of the matchups that you get this year, because you'll look at your side of the ball and just say, we just got too much for them to deal with. We're just gonna call plays that just say, you know what, coverage will now dictate where the ball goes. What do you think about that, Voch? Is it one of those things, or do you go in still saying Amari Cooper needs his touches, such and such needs his touches?
Nah, man. Like, if you let it happen naturally, Cooper's gonna get his touches. I was saying on one of my live streams the other day, and I might turn this into a soliloquy, so everybody tune in whenever I drop that. But what team in the league got corners that can deal with us? You know what I'm saying? Like what team is built to deal with 3 wide receiver 1 type guys? You know what I mean? And it may be like 2 teams. But if 2 teams can do it, they not good everywhere else. Like, the Patriots can probably do it because Belichick does Belichick things. But, they ain't got Brady no more. So we could beat that team. But what other set of cornerbacks can just beat up on us like that? I don't think the 49ers ain't got enough guys, I don't think. You know what I mean? Like, Sherman can't cover quick guys like that. Sherman been lying to y'all all year. Somebody was like, Voch, what about the Dolphins? The Dolphins got 3 good corners, but Coop was smoking Xavier Howard. Byron probably whoop up on Gallup if that's the side that they end up going. But then you got CeeDee Lamb beating up on Noah Igbenogany that, I don't think he's good enough to deal with CeeDee Lamb. You know what I mean? So I think if you're going to coach this thing properly,
he can't deal with CeeDee, yeah.
Right. So if you're going to if you coaching this thing properly, there's no way you don't play for mismatches. Plus, we got quiet receivers. We got 3 quiet receivers. Ain't no real diva stuff going on for real. You know what I mean? People gonna think what they gonna think about Coop. But if Coop don't get catches, he's not gonna run to the sideline and knock the goalpost over, the kicking net over like like Beckham or like a Brown would. You know what I mean? So I think as long as you win,
Coop got paid.
Right. So I think as long as you win in ball games, I don't think none of your cornerbacks are really gonna go diva on you. So you're gonna have to play a mismatch.
Your receivers, yeah. I think what people got to realize with Amari Cooper is he got the big contract he was looking for.
Sure.
So you will try to get him his catches, but like you said, Coop, it almost throws people off how Coop is. The fact that he's not like Beckham, he's not real like outgoing and me, look at me. He's literally just about the group. And I think that, Michael Gallup has said on multiple times how much he's learned from Amari Cooper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same, and I think that it'll be a trickle down for CeeDee Lamb. Like it's a good problem. Competition and good on good and good in the room is never a bad thing. Like there's an issue. I have an issue with people who think like you just need one good player. No, like that doesn't even you need a lot of good players in this league to win and to make that push that we trying to make. Because guess what? Injuries. Guess what? Somebody could just have an off game.
Sure.
And you need somebody else who could step up and just like, damn, where did he come from?
Sure.
Oh yeah, we drafted him. You know what I'm saying? So
sure.
It's just one of those things to where I'm just very excited to see it.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. We gonna move on, man. Y'all got to stop trying to cut Amari Cooper. That dude's a 25-year-old stud receiver. Relax. You wanted to talk about hilarious Clinton Dix versus Donovan Wilson. Go ahead, Fuzz. Let's get into that at the safety spot.
Did Dallas not drafting a safety had good safeties on the board? Mm-hmm. Did that do anything for Donovan Wilson's case? And I say that to say we've seen him in preseason games make plays. We've seen him in training camp make plays. Can he, which I'm starting to kind of lean to quite possibly he can. If you look at his college film, now he's a second-year player. Sure. Can he be the guy, Voch, that says that the front office says, we like this guy as a free? Because the ball seems to find him, right? Mm-hmm. And so will he be able to do enough? Now, McCarthy loves Clinton Dix. He drafted him. He brought him in. But will he be – can Donovan Wilson be that guy? I think he can. I think that them not drafting a safety when the world knows that you don't have Jeff Heath anymore and you really need to turn the ball over and you need all these things. I think that they gave us their answer with what they feel about Donovan Wilson.
Sure. Everybody's favorite safety is always on the board when we pick, and we never pick them. So I don't think we were necessarily looking for safety. But hey, Fuzz, watch this. So my hotline just blinged right from the Bleacher Report or whatever. They was like, the agent says Zeke has COVID, but he says he's feeling fine. So listen, Cowboy fans, don't panic just because the word COVID is associated with with your favorite football player. They okay. They good. COVID don't kill super athletes. It'll it's low vitamin D, and it's like diabetes and high blood pressure people and like asthma people. Like football's gonna be okay. Relax. Zeke ain't going nowhere. But the safety thing, like you were saying though, I think we're really in a situation where it's really like an open competition or whatnot. You know what I mean? Where I think, first of all, Clinton Dix is only making 1 year, $4 million. And I don't even know if that's guaranteed. So we ain't tied into him any kind of way. So if Donovan Wilson comes in better and makes more plays than Clinton Dix, then cool. We just gonna start Donovan Wilson. Like simple as that. Now, Donovan Wilson is not from this administration. He's from the Garrett administration. So, of course, that may have something to do with it. But, I think if you're making plays, it's hard for a coach to tell you no. Like, coaches don't sabotage themselves. If Donovan Wilson's the only one making plays, then just run Donovan Wilson out there. You know what I mean? So, I don't think it's only Donovan Wilson competing at free safety with Clinton Dix. I think Donovan Wilson is also competing with strong safety with Xavier Woods. So he's really competing at two spots.
So
Absolutely. Because Donovan and Xavier Woods.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. You gotta stop the presses now, baby.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's dig in.
Let's do it.
Watch. I love X Woods. I feel like he's safe.
Sure. Likewise, but he ain't safe. I don't think nobody's safe. I don't think nobody on this defense. Nobody on this defense beside the linebackers and the left defensive end is safe. That's just how I feel. And the thing about Xavier Woods,
I'm not mad at that.
thing about Xavier Woods and Donovan Wilson is that they're the same kind of box safety, where they're really free safeties, but they can play box. And in college, they also did like some linebacker work in certain packages or whatever. They're that same kind of guy. Let Clinton Dix be the clear best free safety, but Donovan Wilson is the better box safety than Xavier Woods. Then I think that spot goes to Donovan. Now the difference is we've seen Xavier Woods do it. Xavier Woods started there, and I feel like Xavier made some kind of strides. He took some steps back, but he made some kind of strides. So, seniority always wins on the front end. But if Donovan making plays, you just can't keep that dude off the field, man.
Let me ask you this: Do you think that? See, I like Xavier Woods for what he can do against the run. He's a really good box defender. He tapped. If Donovan Wilson, let's say, pre-season or in camp or whatever, he's getting his hands on football. Do you think it's one of those things where it's like the Cowboys they finally see a safety who's actually making plays, people, or is it? Because I tell you this, I do like Donovan Wilson's size over X Woods.
Sure.
I just think he's a longer player and he's a taller player, which that.
Donovan, I'm typing it in now so I can get his size, so I can get a good idea of his size. You kind of breaking up a little bit, Foots. So let me say this.
Fans feel about that, but I think at that safety position, if you can get a 6 foot,
bam, Foots, tap
out
and come back in. Tap out,
means something.
Foots, tap out and come back in. You're breaking up a little bit.
You got me.
Okay, he left. All right, cool. But what Foots was saying was it's probably going to come down to who can make the most plays. Who can make the most plays, who can probably bat away more passes, who can probably get more interceptions, things like that. And it can also come down to tackling, in my personal opinion, because hilarious Clinton Dix may be a better player getting hands on the football, but he's not a better tackler. You know what I'm saying? So if Donovan Wilson comes in and okay, cool. Go ahead, say what you were saying.
No, I think that that was the point I was making about Wilson being Woods being a better tackler. Yes.
Okay.
Do you agree with that, or am I off, or what do you feel?
I would have to see.
What do you feel about that, Box?
I would have to see Donovan next to Woods, film wise, to know who's the better tackler. Because the one fair point I always make, because I know Cowboy fans want to get Donovan in there like today, right now. Like, we've only seen Donovan do it in preseason. You know what I'm saying? And Xavier has at least done it in the games. So I think that's the one thing that's kind of keeping Xavier in this fight, though. But I think it's all fair game. You know what I'm saying? It's all fair game. So like I said, if Donovan come in and he start smoking it, he start getting hands on passes, and he's not missing tackles and all that, man. He's forcing fumbles and stuff. Man, listen, there was an ugly feeling, man, when like Xavier Woods had a few bad games last year. Aaron Jones had like 4 touchdowns. The Bears offense was bad against everybody all year except us. You know what I'm saying? The Jets game.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Xavier Woods just had a handful of bad marks on his record there, and that just looked a little bad on him. But I do think Xavier Woods can start. I think, Xavier Woods good to go there. But if Donovan comes in and plays well, I just don't think that there's no chance that he can't start. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, and I'll be completely honest with you, Voch. I like confusion.
Yeah.
So give me more confusion.
Sure.
There could be an injury. I'm not wishing that, but I'm just saying, like, give me confusion, Voch. Listen, if I trust you. So the fact that you're even thinking outside that box, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm of the mindset that, hey, X Woods has his position locked. But you know what? Nobody does. You're absolutely right. Bump that.
Sure.
Nobody on this team is going in the camp and they are the guy, especially, I mean, we know the feud of Dak to Zeke, the whole nine, cool. But on if you haven't been a stud, like X Woods has shown flashes, but he hasn't been a stud on the back end. I'm not mad at that box at all, seriously. And I like X Wood, but if there's a guy that's better, I want him to play.
Sure, 100%. Moving on. We had one last point. We wanted to talk about the D line for a second. Which probably has the most ambiguity out of all these spots. Really, honestly. So this is my thing with the D line. Like, we know that Duntari probably gonna be good to go. He's probably your first nose so far, Duntari, and Gerald's probably gonna be your first three. D-Law's gonna be your first left defensive end. But besides that, we don't know nothing else. So what you get is a combination of Alden versus Randy versus Joe Jackson versus Dorrance Armstrong. You get Bradley and not trying to work his way into the funk. You get Tristan Hill versus Neville Gallimore. You know what I'm saying? Touch on any of those battles there, Foots. Talk to me about those.
I'm really gonna watch Bradley and I because I think that he lives with a chip on his shoulder, and you'll just see the energy that he plays in practice with. He might outplay Randy Gregory. You never know. You know what I'm saying? If he gets reinstated. So I'm really going to keep eyes on Anai. And then, I'm just going to double down on, I think, the Gallimore, a lot like I do with Biadish. And I know you're going to throw me out a window, Voch, but I think that Gallimore will push. I think that the Cowboys are asking for forgiveness for their sins with Tristan Hill. I could be wrong. And Hill could be the future. But, see, I don't think that Gerald McCoy's coming off the field much. So you got three techs, Voch. So you tell me how that's going to work.
Hold on. Let me just type this in my chat box. We know Zeke has COVID. Okay.
Yes, I know. I've been trying to ignore it, Voch. I swear I have, because they're going to go crazy. And I'm just like, it's not that big of a deal. It's really not. The news is pushing.
Bruh, we know Zeke has COVID.
Just ignore it, guys. He's not gonna die. He's not gonna die, y'all. He's not. I swear he's not.
Zeke's a super athlete. He's
seriously.
Fine. So I think the one tech spot is fine, and I really like the improvement there, because the guy that was your starting one tech last year is your backup one tech now. So I like the improvements there. The thing about Tristan, though, how much better did Tristan get from last year? And I think that's a real life conversation we gotta have. Tristan, my son, I've claimed him as one of my sons or whatever. I know that everybody listening right now may be new, so they don't know what I mean. But every draft or whatever, I claim two players that are kind of like my favorite players that I call my sons. So like Connor Williams and Michael Gallup were my sons. I didn't claim Van Der Esch. I was wrong. I didn't claim Van Der Esch. Tristan and Connor McGovern are my sons. This year, CD and Tyler are my sons. It's mostly offensive players, but this time I've claimed Tristan to be one of my sons. So I do have a bias to kind of want to see him get, be great and improve, because he's a fantastic college player. Tristan's first step is ridiculous. But if Tristan didn't work at it, and if he didn't improve and all that good stuff, and if Neville Gallimore comes in better than him, then there's no favoritism. Then Gallimore is going to get the nod. I just think it's hard for young D tackles, regardless, to come in the league and make big impact or whatever. Unless you're a first round talent. If you're not a first round talent, you're not gonna come in day one and make big ass movements like that. You ain't gonna make big change like that. You know what I'm saying? So Tristan just had to learn how to deal with people that was better than him. You know what I mean? Tristan, 20 years old, got to go against Zach Martin. What? Relax,
Right, yeah.
relax. Galmore is going to be 20 years old, and he's going to go up against Zach Martin, and you know what's going to happen? The same shit that happened to the same thing that happened to Tristan Hill. But the one advantage Tristan has now is that Michael Bennett's not here and Kerry Hyder's not here. You know what I'm saying? So he can actually get play time in his spot now. When Tristan played last year, he was at one tech. Well, now he can play three tech where he actually belongs. And if he's been working out like he's supposed to, and he's gotten bigger and stronger and man body and experience and things like that, then I do think just inherently Tristan gets better than he was last year. But we'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, look, I'm not trying to challenge you. The only thing that scares me is that, the guy that stood up for him, eventually they ended up, you hear reports about them falling out, which is him and Marinelli. And that happens with coaches and players, so I'm not mad at it. I just want to know, like you said, did he attack this offseason correctly?
Sure.
You see, that's why Gerald McCoy is the pro that he is. You see he's in shape. He was vegan. He said he didn't feel as strong. Now he's not vegan, but he still was able to lose weight.
Sure.
So that's where I'm at with advice. Like, does Tristan Hill now know how to be a pro? You hope so, because the first step quick is out of sight.
Sure.
Like, it's amazing.
Also,
he's gonna have to learn how to leverage himself better and all those types of things.
Something else too though, Foots. I think something that's gonna really help Tristan is that, last year Tristan played like one tech or whatever. So like, man, one tech, you gotta be either big as hell or powerful as hell to play one tech. You know what I'm saying? I think what's gonna happen is if you put him at 3, Duntari is really gonna help him. You know what I'm saying? Duntari is really going to put him in a situation where Tristan has one-on-one battles in B gap, and if you got a one-on-one battle in B gap with Tristan's first step, I think that all just kind of works out for you. You know what I'm saying? So
he definitely they made a mistake putting him at the 1.
Yeah,
I agree there. He's not a one tech. He got ate up by grown men. That's just a fact.
But you know what I'm saying? We didn't have a choice though. We didn't have a choice because I think Antoine Woods got hurt, and I believe Malik couldn't do it. So, when Covington came off the field, we needed somebody to play one tech, and all we had was Tristan. We're not gonna have those right. We're not gonna have those issues this year because Duntari's there, and if Duntari comes out, the guy that started for you last year, Antoine Woods, comes in. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's gonna be totally different, a totally different situation this year. So
now I do like Poe and was rotating at that one technique. The thing is, as long as we can stay healthy, I think that you'll get what you one-on-one matchups with those guards that aren't as athletic as him. So I'm not mad at that.
Sure. Law Nation live right now talking about the COVID.
Oh Lord, we might need a tap out, man. Let these guys. I'm not giving that no energy. I'm not hitting it on my channel.
I refuse.
I rebuke that in the name of God. Listen right here, Voch. Me and you, and this is the type of person that Voch is, y'all. Out of all the YouTubers, him and Joe Rodriguez check on me like true friends, especially because I hadn't done videos in a while. And I'll be honest, y'all, with COVID, with protests, I just had enough. Like, I'm just done. You know what I'm saying? I was just done. Like, I wasn't in a space to create. And you know what I'm saying? Voch, being the good friend that he is, really just hit me up and said, bro, you good? You know what I'm saying? Like, and so, Voch, I want to make sure that I said that on the air. Like, I appreciate the person you are. As far as COVID and all this stuff, I'm just not giving it much more energy. I'm not giving protests too much more energy. I don't want any negative things because at the end of the day, football is our getaway, I believe. Mm-hmm. And, being able to have that is key. And I just don't want to give, like, this whole disease, this whole virus, it's just a negative. It just had a negative cloud on the U.S., on the world, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And I'm good on it, Voch. You know what I'm saying? I love me and you. Me and Voch literally can talk X's and O's all day long. Mm-hmm. And I'd rather do that. And I would rather do that. So that's where I'm at with. I'm not giving COVID and all this stuff. Hey, they play. They don't, whatever, even with the NBA. But I'm just like, just tired of it. I'm tired of the talking about it. I'm tired of it. We've been at this since what, March, Voch? It's June?
Yes, sir.
I'm good.
Yeah, we good.
I'm good, man.
We good,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
Football gonna be all right,
I'm
man.
good. Zeke gonna be fine, guys.
Yeah. Don't y'all
Yeah,
worry.
Zeke will be fine, y'all. Yeah, like
Plug your
he will be
channel,
fine.
plug your stuff, anything you got coming up, my good sir. Thank you for those kind words too, also as well. Let the people know where to find you at.
Hey guys, I'm on Cowboys Nation TV. Like Voch said, I'll be changing the channel name soon. He's right. I probably just changed to Foot's the King. Voch will help me with that because I don't even know the settings. I'm not as YouTube savvy as everybody else. I just press record and go. Sometimes I used to do a lot of edits, but I haven't had time with the baby.
Sure.
Other than that, man, Voch, you guys know me. I'm on Twitter, Foot's the King. Shoot me a follow. But also, guys, make sure y'all tell somebody about Voch's channel. He is on it, bro. Like, my man, real life, giving you A1 content. He got the new camera. He's by far one of my favorite YouTubers, if not my. When it comes to scheming and film, my favorite YouTuber without question.
Damn.
So you guys just check him out, man. And the thing is, my man, he's all about the game. He ain't about all this other BS. He gonna give you the quality, and he'll admit when he's wrong. Like once I'm right about Neville and Tristan, I'll just.
Oh, you funny. Oh, you. All right, y'all. We about to hang up on Foot. All right, y'all. We about to get Foot. Hey, listen. This is what we're gonna do for real. For real. We're gonna get Foot up out of here because he got to go work out and get back to work. I'm going to mute us and come back in 30 seconds, and we're gonna take some callers. I'm gonna open the phone lines up, and I'm gonna hear from y'all. I'm gonna blog for another hour or so, and then I'm gonna go work out. So to call into the show, the number is 515-606-5187. Access code 309-104. Go ahead and get in line right now. I want to hear your thoughts on everything that we talked about today, training camp battles, and hell no, we're not talking about COVID. So we gonna be right back. Y'all don't go nowhere.
Hey, Vato.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, Voch.
What's up?
Quick question. Are you leaving this up? Because I want to listen back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna leave it up. All right, Fuzz. Yes, we're gonna leave this up. Hey, y'all, be right back. We gonna light these phones up, and I want to hear from y'all. Numbers on the screen, numbers in the description. Tap in. All right, cool. So we back. If y'all want to call into the show, the number to call into is on the screen, 515-606-5187, access code 309-104. Hop in, tap in. I want to hear y'all thoughts. I want to hear what y'all got to say. Yeah? Phone lines are lit right now. Let's go ahead and jump into it, man. Let's run it for the cardio. Let me make sure my volume good. Foot's phone tapped out at the very end, like the very, very end of the show. But if y'all want to check out his YouTube channel is Cowboy Nation TV. His Twitter is Foots the King, and check out his music, Foots Times Cold. So check all that stuff out. We're gonna get into the phone. Joe Sandberg, what's happening?
Not so much, just keeping my butt in the house.
Hey, I feel you, bro. I feel you. I'm about to go outside in a little bit, so I feel you. What's good, bro? What you got for the show?
Well, that's actually something I was thinking about. I know that you and folks were talking about the D-line.
Uh-huh.
I think we might be able to do something similar to what I've seen a lot of these championship run defenses, that they have like these fresh waves of fresh guys that keep on coming in for what we have.
You said you was in the house, man. It was just sound like you outside, man. I heard birds chirping, man. Which way you at?
Okay, fine. I'm in my backyard.
Man, you said you was staying inside, man. You lying, Joseph. I heard them birds chirping.
Fine.
You know how good my headphones are? Come on, son. All right, my bad. But you was talking about D lineman and fresh rotation. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, because it seems to be a common thing I've seen with a lot of Super Bowl teams.
Okay. Go deeper. Give me more.
Okay. Well, I mean, that we have, like, I forget how many different waves of edge players we have. Like, we have, right now, we got Alden Smith, DeMarcus Lawrence. You possibly might be having Randy Gregory come back.
Sure.
And we also have some other young guys that can possibly come in, like, for a few reps here and there on the edges as well, with Jalen Jelks.
Right.
Or Bradley and I.
Right. So you saying only having one pass rusher can be detrimental because once they get tired, that's ball game. But you're saying that that these Super Bowl teams have multiple waves of guys to where when Solomon Thomas comes off the field, D Ford goes in, or when Frank Clark comes out, they got another pass rusher to run out. Sure, I got you. I feel you. And the Cowboys have plenty of pass rushers. Sure, I understand.
Yeah, and if anybody is on this train of Jamal Adams, actually I did some research, and if you want to disrespect the next draft class, I'm sorry, what's your problem?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Because I actually looked, because I think we're going to probably end up picking somewhere between 27 through 32, which I think is reasonable, right?
We're picking 32, Joe, but I'm listening to you.
Yeah, right. So even if I pick 32, you'd be surprised how many All-Pros were in that pick right around that range.
Sure. Everybody in the second round, yeah, sure. All those guys, 100%.
Oh, that, and you can't trust people to do the right things in front of you.
There you go. Absolutely. That's all you got, Joe?
Yeah, so don't keep on trying to find these shiny toys that you get excited about, like whether it be Jamal Adams or Earl Thomas.
Boy, them birds singing in your backyard. All right, Joe, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the call.
Yeah. No problem.
Joe made a good point, man, because at some point when you in these championship games, that's 100% a real life thing to where, damn, bro, Tyrone Crawford's here or Alden Smith is wearing me out. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Alden Smith leaves and Randy Gregory comes in. Healthy, fresh, legs not hurting. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a real life thing. I would like to have multiple pass rushers, just to have multiple guys that can come in and give me something in pass rush. And in real life, I think Tyrone Crawford will probably be the first end out there because of what he does in the run game. So by the time you sick of Tyrone, ball game player. If you want to call into the show, the number is 515-606-5187, access code 309104. Let's get back into the phones. 819, what up? Who this?
Hey, man, what's up? It's Yomi. I'm calling all the way from Montreal, Canada. Just want to show some love out here.
Hey, Yomi from Canada. What's happening, my guy? What you got for the show?
Hey, man, out here first, I just want to give you a shout-out. As of COVID and all of us staying at home, y'all niggas been holding us down. Like, you, Foots the King, all that. I've been following y'all, Dallas Cowboys from time. I just want to talk about this corner situation that we got going on and how everyone in Dallas is not appreciating Jordan Lewis, man. Jordan Lewis has this act that a lot of players, rare players we see, like Antrell Roll from Arizona back in the day, just attracted to the ball. If there's a fumble, he happens to be around it. He's one of them guys, man, I've been rocking with for a long time. I just want you to speak more about Jordan Lewis. How do you feel about him?
Jordan's fantastic, but I think that first of all, man, we don't know how terrible Chris Richard was. Like, I know Chris Richard was terrible, but we don't really know how bad he was. And my whole thing with Jordan, like they making Jordan play nickel because he's small, but Jordan is really a big corner. He just happened to be 5'11". In his mind, how he plays corner, he's a big corner, and he does have long arms to be short. And Jordan is probably the best natural man cover corner that we have. So. Sure, I'm with you. I'm with you. And when he's on the field, he just make plays. So yeah, go ahead.
Exactly, man. And I feel like players like that, we need to have players like that on the field. Isn't it? You know, like I just feel like the ball gravitates to players like that. Like Ed Reed had something like that, but he had skill to add up to that. But the ball always found him. So I just really appreciate that. Secondly, in regards to the D-line situation. I don't care about nothing. I'm riding with Neville. He came from my high school. Shout out St. Pat's in Ottawa. That's my guy. My OG was his head coach, so I really ride with him. I want to see what's going on with him. I like his motivation, how he carries himself. So I just want y'all to look out more for that. I also like Tristan Hill. I was just disappointed that he never got much playing time coming last season. But, yeah, if you could just touch up on that for me a little bit. What do you think about Neville?
We got some good ass rookies this year, bro. Hold on, this year, bro. No cap.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was just texting Okoye Media, everybody, so he's probably watching. He's probably in the chat box.
Hey, shout out to Okoye too, man. Any Dallas Cowboy Nation, bro. All of it.
There you go. But Neville Gallimore, right? So I think that Oklahoma didn't use him properly. They like to do a lot of sideways movement stuff, a lot of lateral movement, a lot of
I saw your film study on that. It made him not look too good, but yeah.
Right. So when you watch Neville, being a big guy with a big first step and a big motor, you say, damn, dog, if you line him up in B gap and just let him fly, he'll be just fine. Like, he gonna smoke shit if he line up in B gap and just go. And he went to the Senior Bowl, and in the Senior Bowl they lined him up at B gap, and he just flew. So I think that's what he's gonna be doing here. He's gonna be a B gap player getting upfield. He's got some good size, some good length, and a good motor. So I think if you add whatever man body pounds to him, I think by next year he's gonna be good to go. So whenever Gerald McCoy get too old to deal, you know what I'm saying? Neville gonna step right in and do Neville things.
Okay. One last thing. You were talking about Chris Richard earlier. How do you feel with the switch from Chris to having actual like a Hall of Fame type corner as in Al Harris as a coach? Like, are you comfortable with that? Like, what do you think?
We got to see. You know what I'm saying? Cause just because you play well, don't mean you can coach it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I think as long as he, you know what I'm saying, as long as he, keep it player, keep it gangster, and not try to do too much and just teach things that work, I think he'll be all right.
All right, I appreciate you, man. That's all I got. I'm gonna get back to listening to the show, man.
Yes, sir.
Keep doing your thing, man. We out here. The listeners are all over, man. Even if we're out here in a whole nother country, we your cousins, you know what I'm saying? So we good.
My cousin Yomi from Canada. Appreciate you, fam.
There you go. Appreciate you, man. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah. You say we cousins. All right, cuzzo. 100%. Let's get into the phones. Call into the show 515-606-5187, access code 309-104. You can talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about. This is y'all show. My name just on it. And when we done, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go work out. Y'all know the vibes. 336. What's up? Who this?
Yeah, this Wallace, man, from North Carolina. What's going on with you?
Wallace from North Carolina. What's cracking, player? What you got for the show?
Ain't nothing, man. I've been sitting here listening to you for a long time, and I'm seeing some of these fans, man, talking about this Jamal Adams. I do not understand the concept. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why is everybody wanting Jamal Adams and doing these trades with Gallup. So you're going to mess up the chemistry of Dak that showed you a year or two ago when he didn't have a wide receiver, how bad it looked. And you're going to get rid of a Gallup for Jamal Adams that has no chemistry at all. Bring him into a team and try to fit him in. I don't understand what's up with this Jamal Adams constant over and over and over hype. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just wait till the dude become a free agent, and then if he's willing to come to Dallas, bring him on into Dallas, and if he's not, then cool. But you got to bring pressure to the quarterback and to make the safeties and corners look better anyway. That's majority hard rock. Like I don't understand. They ain't even giving none of the guys a chance that we got back there, man. For some of these guys, they gonna get better if there's more pressure. That's why they're getting a lot of defensive front trying to bring some pressure. Like, people gotta relax with that, man. Everybody want the fresh corner a lot, man. It's killing me. It's killing me. It can't get every free agent, every guy that's interested. I mean, it's blowing my mind. So I just want to just pass that out there, man. Like, just relax. We good. We good. You know what I mean? We good. Give it time. New coaching staff. They come in. They're gonna implement their scheme. Get guys that, no matter who you bring in, they got to get comfortable and everything, man. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be all right. Hey, man, that's all I had to say. It's just killing me with this Jamal Adams and all these different types of ways, man. Just leave him in let him be in New York, let him suffer, and hopefully, he'll be ready to come in when it's time to come. But right now, we got guys that's ready.
Man, Famo, you said it best, man. Jamal Adams looked his boss in the face and said, "I do not want to work here. I do not.
Right.
I do not want to come to work today, and I'm not going to be here next year." If he's saying all that, then why are we in such a rush to get him? You know what I mean? We ain't just trying to win one Super Bowl. We trying to win the one next year too. So keep your picks. Keep your picks and just get Jamal Adams next year. I just think people get so caught up in that Madden, that Madden culture let's just move, let's just move players around and let's just see what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to find good receivers in this league. But all of your favorite safeties, everybody's favorite safeties get drafted at the end of the first, second round, third round. You can find safeties. Try to be one of these teams. Try to be one of these teams that's trying to find a receiver. They're just trying to find a receiver. That would love to get better at receiver. Good luck to you.
And half of them do it, they fail.
And they fail, fam. And they fail. You ain't said nothing wrong, Brother Wallace. What else you got for the show?
That's it, man. And I appreciate your work, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Much love from Carolina, man. I'm going to go ahead and get back to what I was doing, man.
100%. Wallace from North Carolina. Just put your platinum. Next time you call in, I'll know it's you. Appreciate it.
All right. Appreciate you, fam.
Yeah. If y'all want to call into the show, 515-606-5187. Access code 309-104. Let's go see what Law talking about. Hold on. Let's go see what Law doing. Let's go see what.
You've seen the owners of Major League Baseball. They use coronavirus pretty heavily. They've decided.
Okay, Law over there, listening to the radio.
It's the greatest thing that's ever happened to them as owners at this point.
All right, Law just playing the radio, sipping his coffee. All right, Law Nation, you got it, my guy. Quit being scared of this COVID. Quit playing, my guy. Relax, buddy. Relax. Zeke is fine. I'm not worried about no daggum COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? Let's go see what Big Game Jane talking about. They say Big Game Jane will lie. Let's go see what Big Game Jane talking about. Big Game James ain't even live. Wait, he dropped a video. Oh, he streamed for 10 minutes from the car. Let's see what Jane talking about. He wanted to get his video out quick, boy. All right, I'm going to get up out of here, Big Game James. Big Game James looks scared. Look at his Big Game James' eyes look like he's scared of the COVID, boy. Listen, man. Y'all be cool, bro. Y'all be cool, man. Don't you worry. Look at Mark Holmes' thumbnail. Of course. To fight that are screaming, my rights. Your rights to kill me? Is that what you're saying? All right, Marcus. All this shit. What the hell going on in YouTube land today, man? Let me check this out. TT, what's up?
Hey, nephew.
What's going on with you? What the life looking like? You good over there?
I'm good. I'm over here huddled up on the couch. I'm sitting here with my vitamin C and my vitamin D, and I'm holding the corona back. So I'm chilling. Auntie is good. Sound
like you about to take a nap, Auntie. You sound a little drowsy over there.
Hey, I worked last night. I worked 12 hours last night, and I haven't had any sleep because I was waiting on you to come live. See how dedicated I am?
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I won't hold you too long. I got to go work out today. What you got for the show, TT?
Well, nothing much. I just think, with this new coaching staff, like no one's safe. So just when it comes to training camp, it's going to be the best man. You're going to have to come in with their A game and to make the cut. So
Sure.
I don't think it's going to be fan favorites other than the basic ones. Dak, Zeke, Amari, Gallup, Lamb, and the ones that they signed. Everybody else, it's going to be we don't know what's going to happen because this is a new coaching staff, a new not necessarily a new system or scheme, but like I said, they're not married to whatever the Garrett era at all. So
sure.
I'm just sitting back, just waiting for waiting for trading cap and see who's going to be who's going to battle it out and be ready for Mike McCarthy's administration. So that's about it. So I'm not trying to have a folklore or any kind of preconceived ideas of who's going to make the cut and who's better and who's what, because what we feel, the coaching staff might not feel that way.
So just me,
what we see.
So just me knowing you're a rebel, so to speak. So is there any Cowboy fan favorite that you think will be sat down or you think that won't make the team? Who like what training camp battle you looking for? Who you think is gonna rise up?
I'll be looking for the DBs is definitely Jordan Lewis, and Awuzie, and Xavier Wood. I think all the defensive backs is going to have to battle it out. But like I said, I think the experience is going to help them as far as having experience in the NFL starting out. But it's not going to be guaranteed depending upon how they play during the season. Like I said, Trevon Diggs can easily probably come up and take their spot once he gets acclimated to the system. So I'm looking for those camp battles, especially the DB camp battles.
Fair enough.
D-line, I think that's pretty much established.
Sure.
It's just a matter of how many defensive tackles that they want to keep. I think of course Jerry McCoy, Poe is safe. It's just going to be a matter of Gallimore, but Tristan, your son.
My son.
I don't know. I think this off season, you should have sent him to me. I would have had him in that tobacco field. I would have put a couple of switches to his butt, fed him just eggs in the morning, and then grilled chicken and potatoes, and worked about 12 hours in the field. He would have been okay, but he's spoiled. Your son is spoiled,
right?
So he might not make it.
Oh boy. If that's what happened, that's what happened. But you ain't finna to talk crazy about my son. That's my child. It's an ugly baby. look. That's an ugly baby, but that's my baby. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got for me?
No, he has potential. Tristan has potential, but I don't know. Like there with Gallimore, coming in, even some of these, undrafted, if they're hungry, Tristan better grow up. He better go up in there and play like he wants to be a part of like he wants to wear that star on his helmet. Other than that, he can go to, he can go to the Browns, or he can go to Vegas, or maybe even Miami.
Jesus, what Miami?
That's all I have.
I'm about to get you off the phone.
But before I go, I want to be a little. No. I want to be a little messy, Voch. I want to be a little messy in the business. What's going on? What's going on with you and DC YouTube, where you got to put the Avengers together and keep it together? What's going on behind the scenes? See, I feel a little tension going on. Like maybe it's too much. It's a small community, and it's too like you're fighting for. You know what I mean? For top dog, and I don't want it to be that way because. Y'all are my only form of entertainment. I don't watch cable. I don't watch, ESPN or Fox. This is y'all who I watch. Y'all need to get it together and don't be, as the old folks say, too soon satisfied. Yeah. And start getting a big head. Work together because there's still more gold in them hills for everybody to get. Sure. So everybody can eat.
Sure. And for the most point, that was my point. That was the reason why I put that blog together. Because I totally agree. I think that what we have has the potential to be bigger than TV is right now. Just a handful of years. Just give us like 5 or 6 more years of just doing this thing. We could take this thing to all kind of heights. But what happens though, TT? This what happens. When I talk, I believe in everything I say. Right? I'm loud. I'm from Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I get a little, grandiose and aggressive with mine. So I know I probably rubbed folk the wrong way, And I said this on the blog actually, like me and Big Game James had a misunderstanding. It wasn't nothing crazy, but he just misunderstood what I was saying. But if we don't talk about these things like adults, then you just go to think whatever you're gonna think. And he thought I had a problem with him. He thought it was an issue. He thought it was some mess going on. But in real life, I just talk a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So I was just putting that out there to shed light on us and everything that we do as a team, as a community, this whole thing of ours or whatever. And if anybody had beef with Voch Lombardi, can we please talk about it? I'm very approachable. Cause if y'all don't like me, I didn't know it. Cause I ain't got no beef with none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure there's about 3 to 4 people that probably thought Voch had beef with him. But if we had a conversation, it'll just be some silly misunderstanding, So I just wanted to get that out there. So if anybody just wanted to talk about it and make this thing a little bit more cohesive, then I'm all about that. Because we not really like competing. We all do different things for the most part. We all shine at different times.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Because I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
and not to cut you off, but I said I'm not a fan of any Dallas Cowboy YouTuber. I am a student of the game, and I'm a subscriber, which means y'all can share me, and it's not going to take from anyone else because I subscribe to all the DC YouTubers for the most part.
Sure.
So, as long as y'all don't sit here and get to that, it is getting a bit congested. It's like, okay, I'm not listening to all these other ones popping up because I don't have that kind of time.
Right.
And, if you don't provide value for me, then no, I'm not going to listen to your content.
Sure.
But that's not because of you, and it won't be because of them. That would be because of that individual and what they bring, to their channel.
Right.
If I want to tune in. But everybody's growing. I've seen, because I've pretty much been watching since really the end of 2016, early 2017. Mm-hmm. And I've seen everybody grow. I've seen them grow as far as their content, their production, their knowledge, and even how their production looks. Everybody's getting better, and I appreciate it. And I learned something in other kind of ways from everybody. You, Cowboys Vlog, Foot, Law Nation, then the new upcoming, Skywalker Steel, sure. Big Game James. Every now and then I might play with Mark Holmes, every little bit in small doses. But like I said, it's nothing that I'm just keep it together. Don't compete against each other. Don't try to tear someone down, and in order for you to strive up, because like I said, everybody can eat.
Sure.
And and you still scratching the surface. You hadn't even begin to get subscribers and be able to have the career and get paid like you can, because even with your subscribers, y'all are just still not even scratching the surface yet.
Yeah.
As far as what you can get, and everybody can get it.
We'll be
so
fine.
That's my thing. Keep it tight, keep it right.
We'll be fine.
I don't want to have to come up, bring my switch.
You ain't gonna do. You ain't gonna do nothing to me. I'm almost 30. You ain't gonna do nothing to me.
I would bring a switch. I grab the earlobes. I grab you by the collar, put that switch to your tail. I don't care how old none of y'all are. I love all of y'all, and I want everybody to succeed.
There shall be no beef in this thing of ours. If it is, I will go handle it, and I will go mediate, and I will make sure that beef no longer exists. You were talking about contributions before I let you go. You was talking about contributions. You've done a lot on this channel, so I just wanted to thank you in front of everybody, all 140 some odd people that we got listening right now. I want to thank you because you've made a lot of moves behind the scenes. You don't necessarily do it to be seen. You go into a back door type of situation that ain't even publicized like that. You hit the damn Google account, and I ain't even know you could hit that. But you put a lot of support into this channel, and I appreciate you. And it's all coming together, and you gonna see the fruits of all that contribution. So I thank you very much, ma'am. I appreciate you. And
Well, you're very good. Well, you know how aunts do. You know, we throw that little 20 and just slide it on in your hand on the slide, like, don't tell mom that I gave it to you.
Uh-huh.
You know how we do.
The package. Uh-huh. Get your little package.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Love y'all, and get some callers in.
All right, TT. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yes, indeed. There will be no beef in Cowboy, and we not. There's only one time that we're ever gonna be like competing, and that's with like post game shows, right? That's the only time I really see us like, like all at the same time, just putting out content, and it's about who's watching at that point. Now, I think Voch got the best post game show in the league right now. That's just how I feel. And plus, when this live stream upgrades or whatever, like it's gonna be a whole nother party when it goes down or whatever. But besides that, we not really competing. I can put out a film session, Law can put out a film session, and it don't matter who you watch first, as long as you watch one of us second. We gonna be good to go. Something else too, I was making fun of Law Nation and them because they had Brianna Betty. She's the lady on Instagram with 1 million followers and a big old butt or whatever, and like every time she would say something football related, they'll go, ooh. I've told James and Law this. And I was telling them, man, I like, bro, women know football too, man. Women know football too. Y'all ain't gotta be super impressed because she said Luke Gifford. Miss April, whether it be Nene, both Aishas on my channel have a really good football opinion. Pat Mahomes' auntie is actually in the chat box right now, Nisha Mahomes. She'll sit up and talk football with you, nuanced football, like for an hour or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I just like women's get down too, dog. Women know their sports too. They harder than a lot of y'all. They harder than a lot of y'all. So we gonna give them props. So peep this out. We got one more caller. Okay, one more caller. 954. Y'all hang tight. And after that, I'm gonna hop in the chat box for like 5 minutes. Then after that, I'm shutting down all my technology and I'm gonna go get this workout in because it seems like rain is on the way. Okay. It seems like rain is on the way, and I would like to get my workout in before the rain gets here. Voch, why are you working out so hard and so dedicated and so da-da-da? Well, for one, I was trying to keep diabetes and high blood pressure out of my family. But two, Big Game James started talking crazy. So, we got to make this happen. Last call of the day. 954, what's up? Who this?
Yo, what's up, Voch?
What's happening?
Oh, it's Matt.
What's up, Matt? What you got for the show?
Yo, it's been a long time. I've been trying to get back at you for a while, but just haven't been lining up.
Okay. I've been here, though. I've been right here. What you got for the show?
Yeah, my question is, I don't understand why people are always, like, why such the disrespect for Amari Cooper?
Probably because he had some bad games last year. He's probably had some, some weird. People tend to only remember the last thing that you did, and the last thing they remember from Amari Cooper is a bad Eagles game, so they just want to go cut Amari Cooper or whatever. But people forget how fantastic he is and that he's 25 years old. So, I might have to do
he was hurt since the season started.
Right. Plantar fasciitis. 100%.
Man played hurt all year, did not complain or make excuses. Still went out.
Sure, 100%, absolutely, 100%.
And we've had top corners even admit Amari Cooper has one of the top two, if not the top release in the game.
Sure.
They've even come out and said it, like they don't understand the disrespect for this guy because this man can literally tear your ACL if you're not technically sound.
Sure. Yeah. Hey man, you about to take a nap or something? You a little tired today? What's going on with you? Let's talk about you first before we get back to Amari. What's going on with you?
I just finished working out, got back to the house.
Boy, you must have been training for the Olympics, boy, because you sound drowsy, boy. You sound like, boy,
Yeah, it's hot down here.
hey
Sun's
man,
out.
hey man, don't be outside till the heat kill you, man. Take a break, drink some water, do some jumping jacks or something. You gotta kill yourself. But anyway, I do agree with what you're saying. I think people kind of getting ungrateful with Amari Cooper, but just as fast as fickle fans will hate you, all you got to do is run out there and catch some passes and score a touchdown. Then just as fast they hate you, they'll love you again.
Yeah, so I'm like, the offense, I'm not worried about the offense at all. As long as that can get the ball to the receivers,
Right.
we're good.
Mm-hmm.
On defense, the whole fact that Rob and Chris Richard would literally telegraph your coverage, it blew my mind watching it last season. Like the first game, Saquon had almost 200 yards
Right.
on under 13 carries. I'm like, what?
Wild parsley,
like,
bro.
That,
right.
yeah, and then every single horrible quarterback we went against looked like Pro Bowlers, and I'm like, yo, this defense is horrible.
Yeah. Wild parsley, yeah, 100%. But I don't think the defense is terrible talent wise. I just think it was a handful of things that we weren't doing. Like I said, man, like I think the defense was fine when Rod was calling the plays. When Chris Richard called the plays, that's when it went to shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, man, we got a whole new defensive play call in that Wild Parsons, man. So it just kind of is what it is. You know, I ain't too much tripping on it.
I think this year the defense might be top 5. We got the D-line with Alden Smith, Randy Gregory. They can both roll out of bed and get 10 sacks each.
100%. Absolutely.
We got Poe and McCoy holding down the middle.
Yeah.
Smith and Van Der Esch sweeping anything that come wide.
Sure.
And even though Awuzie may play bad, he's always been in position. He just doesn't look for the ball.
Yeah.
If you can fix that, you got a corner right there because he's always there. He's just never aware.
The defense ain't got to be elite. They just got to be opportunists. That's all they got to be. They just gotta be opportunists. They just got to get their hands on pass, and they just got to let the offense run free. If we could take care of that, we good to go, player. We good to go.
Yeah. I think we should be good. We got McCarthy, got Dak, we got the defense. We would actually a scheme that isn't just blatantly played out for everybody to know.
Sure.
We moved the ball on everybody last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we struggled here and there. We moved the ball on every single team. We just didn't really turn it into points that much.
Right.
Fix that mistake. And who can stop us? And who can go against us on defense?
Right. Nobody. I feel you. Can't nobody smoke us. Ain't no stopping us now. Yeah, 100%. Yo, Matt, this was a great call, man. I appreciate you. Take a nap and recover. Drink some water. Get your vitamins. And drink a lot of juice. But this was a great call. I just plugged you in platinum. So next time you call in, I know it's you, bro. Salute.
All right, man. Thanks.
Yeah. I say, Matt, you all right? He said, yeah, man, it's just hot outside. I said, well, go in the house. Just go inside. Bro, if you outside in the heat until you that tired, boy, you shouldn't be outside that long. Oh, you should have been in the house. You should have gone in the house a while ago, but oh goodness. Said, damn, Voch. Working out. It's hot outside. I get it. Before I get to that point, I'm sitting my ass down somewhere. That's just facts. Anyway, the phone lines.
The conference has been locked.
Is locked. Appreciate everybody for calling in. I have my chat box pulled up though. Boom, boom, boom. Let me get it on the full screen, and I will take your questions. I know all of y'all couldn't have called in. I know some of y'all talked up your anytime minutes anytime. Some of y'all at work on your lunch break and you probably can't talk. Hell man, some of y'all is in other countries and you don't want to wake your significant other up, and that's all good. But for whatever reason you can't call into the show. You don't want to be roaming. You can use this time in the chat box to answer or to ask your questions. So what you got? Let's see what y'all got. Let's see. Yeah, man, Uncle Charlie, man. You know, Uncle Charlie be up. He be with them young women, so he be up late at night, so he probably still asleep. So, you know. Oh yeah, I saw a comment earlier. Mr. Rice says he has a hard time picking post game productions because he really likes 105.3 The Fan. Mr. Wright, let me tell you something. My post game show better than 105.3 The Fan's Playboy. That's just how it is. That's just life. That's just life. That's just facts right there. But anyway. Everybody, please make sure you hit that like button. You tell them, Pooh. Hey, Voch, think you could do a video on how we improved on special teams? Well, I don't know that we've improved on special teams. I can project that we've improved, and I did a fossil film session. Y'all can go check that out. But I don't really know if we've improved on special teams yet. But when we do, I'll let you know. Zeke got COVID-19. Damn. What? Huh? That's the man. What? Damn. I ain't know. Damn. Voch, who beat Steel today? What you mean? Who beat Steel? Who beat Skywalker Steel? I don't know. What happened to Skywalker Steel? Somebody beat him up? What happened, my guy? I don't know. Brother Vaughn said, I'm outside delivering mail in the heat. Nah, this cat on something else. Y'all know that mail uniform a little warm, so if Vaughn out here trucking the heat good, then Matt is definitely on the wild parsley. Damn, Esther, you say a few Cowboys got COVID-19. Where you finding that, bro? Damn. Let's see. Who is it? Esther. Damn. A few Cowboys got COVID-19. Where you hear that from? Damn, I should be reacting to this. Oh, okay, Terrence Steele, the laptop. Yeah, hey, man, Terrence Steele. I beat Terrence Steele. I lined up and beat Terrence Steele. Joe Sandberg says, Voch, I sent you an essay for you to read later. Yeah, on the Discord. I'll look at it at some point. I'll take a look at it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Since I'm the teacher and all that, and I got y'all writing essays and shit. I'm legit worried about Cheeto making the team. I don't think they're moving him to safety for any other reason than trying to find somewhere else he could play. I think Cheeto will be fine. I think Cheeto would be fine. Jeff Kavanaugh was talking about it. What was Jeff Kavanaugh talking about? What was he talking about? It's not COVID. It's the mad cow disease in Texas. Boy, hey, man, let me tell you something, man. I'm vegan Voch right now. I'm just currently doing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm alternating days to where I would fast one day and I would do, like, vegan or, like, vegetarian the other day. So, like, I'm just waiting to get back to steaks and chicken and shit. So, like, when like 4th of July come around, it's ball game. But boy, what the NFL Network said that the Cowboys got COVID. I need to watch it. I cancel my cable. I ain't even got NFL Network, but I'll find some site on the internet to find. Damn, man, I ain't know, bro. Lacho, my bad. Lacho, man, Lacho, I gotta find out, man. I ain't know Cowboy players had the COVID, man. I gotta check in, man. I gotta check in with the NFL Network. I gotta call Ja Rule. I know Ja Rule. No, I gotta see what he gotta say about this. Damn, who knew, man? Cowboys got COVID. That is crazy. And some Texas players got COVID too. Where the hell I been at? Voch, how can we attend the flag football? I see. Look, that's a great point, Vaughn. They saying flag. I'll tackle. I don't mind tackling anybody. Just that James 50, he probably don't want to get hit by me. But it should be in Dallas. It should be in Dallas somewhere, Vaughn. So what we're gonna do is it's gonna be a charity football game. I don't like flag. I would rather say touch football, or whatever. But it's gonna be a charity game in Dallas or whatever. So we're gonna be putting it to a good cause or whatever. Big Game James called me out and tried to get me involved. So I'm involved. I am involved. All right. Let's see. What do you think about our offensive line coach compared to Colombo? I don't know, man. If I watch film on coaches, trust me, I know. But I don't really know of Joe Philbin's offensive line doing so. Jeff not getting my views. He's pimping YouTube. Boy, April messy for real, boy. Like, look. I thought April was just being messy, just kind of playing be messy. April messy as hell for real. Jeez. Need to see Voch hit James with that sluggo. I got plans that I will not reveal on the YouTube. I've been actually running routes. Like I've been outside when I work out or whatever. I just, just there's a big patch of grass that's open in my park or whatnot. I've been running routes. Like, trust me. I'm not finna do nothing on camera in front of people, and as competitive as I am, man, I'm not finna just half step none of this stuff, man. So I've been working on all this stuff, bro. So don't worry, Voch gonna be good to go. I missed this one. He says, "What vet do you think we can add to make the team better? Safety, linebacker, guard? I think we good. If anything, man, if Everson Griffin out there, I'll take Everson Griffin for a reasonable 1-year contract for some reasonable money. But besides that, bro, I think we good to go, man. I ain't necessarily trying to find no new free agent talent. I think I'm good. I'm good on that. Damn, Texans players got COVID too. That is crazy. I'll definitely take that trip. Sure. I'm gonna email you. I need that non-cable plug. The non-cable plug is just the internet. you can type in watch TV for free online, and you can find whatever channel you're looking for. So I used to work with a Fire Stick guy, but he's shady as hell, and I ain't trying to have shady product on my channel, so I don't work with him no more. But is Griffin good versus the run? Griffin is better than Robert Quinn versus the run. Robert Quinn was pretty bad versus the run. I think my next soliloquy and film session topics, I think my film is gonna be on like why were we bad in the run game last year, and I think my soliloquy is gonna be about the luxuries of having multiple number one receivers. I think that's gonna be the next move there. I think that's gonna be my next moves there. Chad Box, y'all got anything else before I go work out? Anything else before I go run? I got my shoes on right now and everything. That's it? We good? We're going to wait till 44, and we're going to see. I don't see 105.3 and .com inviting YouTubers onto their shows as guests. Now, April, I am a revolutionary at heart, so you can't just be out here making all that sense now. Do you believe Danucci was just a favorite because Mike McCarthy knew him and he's a project pick? Nah. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Do you think Zeke is overrated? No, Zeke is really good. What day is it? Chess. Nah, man. I just do cardio. Man. Because in real life, I'm swole as hell up under my fat though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just a little fluffy. I was a power lifter in high school, so I ain't really into lifting. I ain't into lifting weights right now. I'm just trying to get my cardio up. So nah. We just doing cardio right now. I'm just gonna go outside, run these lift 4 miles. Well, I'm gonna run 2 miles and walk 2 miles, but that's what it is. That it? That's all we got. Does Tyron Crawford take a pay cut? He probably will, but who knows? Either way, we just trying to win ball games. We'll see. Hey, y'all, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. This has been fun. This has been interesting. Shouts out to Brother Fuster King for coming through. That was dope. Shouts out to my callers and all that stuff. We do not need to bring back Jeff Swain. No, I'm not fishing. Dak contract news. Is there some new Dak contract news? Let me take a look at my phone, see if my hotline bling. I don't think we got any new Dak contract news. Yeah, I don't think so. All right, y'all. Hey, appreciate my Cash App people. Appreciate my PayPal people. My Patreon folks. Appreciate everybody that has bought some merch. Appreciate those of you that support me in any kind of way. All of my super chat people. Trust me, everything that we do in terms of contributions and donations, it goes to a very righteous place. The next thing that we're upgrading is my stream. We've upgraded my blogs. We've upgraded my film. The next step is to upgrade the stream. And I probably got like one little piece of technology that I'm trying to get. It's where I can plug up my good camera to my computer, so I'm not using webcam, so I can get like a 1080p, like a top tier feed from my camera through my live stream, and then I'm gonna get some live stream overlays or whatever to make the thing look real nice and spiffy and all that kind of stuff. So trust me, man, change is on the way. The rollout is impeccable. And I'm also bringing back my white marker board series, but I'm gonna do it with a little twist. So y'all stay tuned for that. The rollout's gonna be impeccable, man. Hey, y'all be safe out there. If you go outside, Matt say it's hot as hell outside, so don't be outside too long getting hot and all that. But besides that, man, until next time, y'all hold it down for the Doski, Wolski, the Peasky, Weesky, Voch Lombardi on Twitter and all those other little platforms and all that. Till next time, man. Peace.